Much like New York, Malaysia is a melting pot of many cultures. And I've always said that a place's food, and more specifically its markets, are the quickest, best way to gain entry to a culture and a people. So I'm ignoring most of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia's ultra-modern capital, in favor of one of its oldest neighborhoods, Kampung Baru, where I'm meeting Chef Wan, the TV superstar, as famous for his flamboyant personality as he is for his encyclopedic knowledge of Malaysian cuisine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, this is how we eat.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure your tongue come out first.
All right. Tongue out.
First, a how-to in Malaysian eating etiquette.
Make sure you wash your hands.
Right.
And now a lesson in personal hygiene? We're getting the full rundown here.
And what's the sauce?
Anchovy. It's like basically rotten fish.
Oh, that's great.
Serious.
No, that's really good. I have a long history with rotten fish. I like it.
This guy's tough.
Oh yeah, I'm giving my system the full-on onslaught again.
That's fast. You're good at this. Damn.
After 15 years.
You work my job. I'm taking a vacation. Gastronomy, history, geography, and ethnography. All in one block in 14 minutes. You can't beat that.
That was Anthony Bourdain in Malaysia. His TV show, No Reservations, is in its 6th season on the Travel Channel. In addition to being a TV star, he's also an author, a very good one at that. His latest book is called Medium Raw, a bloody Valentine to the world of food and the people who cook it. Anthony Bourdain joins us now in studio. I'm very excited to meet you. Thank you for being here.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
I wanted to show that clip because something you said in the book jumped out at me. You said gave this very specific prescription, and you said that you think that America could benefit from Asian-style food courts. Why do you think that?
Well, you know, fast food is good food in much of Asia. In Singapore and Malaysia, Hong Kong in particular, you go to food courts that look much like the terrible food courts we have in our shopping malls, you know, central sort of shared tables, a lot of businesses around them, and instead of the usual suspects, they've got these sort of one cook, one dish specialty places, often third or fourth generation joints that, you know, there'll be the roast duck guy from China, there'll be someone doing fish head curry from India, a Malay style, bak kut teh or something like that. So you get this incredible variety of highly specialized, super cheap, super fast, delicious food. And it's probably even healthy. And all in a sort of a fast food court environment. And for some reason, we don't have that here, or the way they do in much of Asia. And we should.
Do we not have that because in order to have cheap food, we have mass-produced food, and in order to have mass-produced food, you need to have these big chains?
I think it's a vicious cycle. I think also we come from a culture that, at least until around 20 years ago, I mean, people go to a lot of these places. I won't name the names. We know who they are. They know the burger's not particularly good, but they know that it's the same burger they had last time in another city, in the other city, in the other city. They know, they have that assurance that it's at least going to be the same, if not a very good one. And that means a lot to Americans, that it's reasonably safe as they see it, clean as they see it, and non-threatening, you know, in their comfort zone. And that's unfortunate.
I wonder if undermining the perception of safety and cleanliness is a big part of what's maybe starting to change about perceptions of the healthfulness of that kind of eating.
Well, I think people like Michael Pollan and Eric Schlosser and the film Food Inc. have done a pretty good job of, you know, scaring the hell out of people, and they should be scared, both because there's stuff to be scared of and because I think it's good for the country if we move away from that.
You are sort of famously unafraid of food. I've seen you eat a lot of things that are things that I would not want to eat. But you seem a little grossed out by hamburger.
I got to say, I mean, a hot dog, there's sort of implied consent there. You know, you take your chances. It's floating in the dirty water, and you have a pretty good expectation there might be dead zoo animals or missing gangsters in there. And at least it's cooked. But a hamburger, I mean, it's. I was really shocked to read the Times, a series of Times articles recently where they described, during the recent E. coli outbreak for some cheap hamburger meat, it wasn't that the stuff that made people sick that terrified me. When they described how in the ordinary course of business, they make a lot of this meat and soak meat in ammonia, that shocked even me. And I'm not Eric Schlosser. Food safety is not really a concern. Healthy eating, not so much. But I do believe that you shouldn't be soaking my meat in cleaning products. And I also believe that as an American, it's my right to order a burger medium rare. I don't think you should have to treat your burger like medical waste and cook it well done.
Does any other culture, any other country in the world, I mean, again, this is not your thing that it's all just about mass production and sort of industrialized production of food, but do any other countries have these expectations about their food production process?
I don't think the demand for as much meat on a daily basis, as much chicken exists anywhere else. Even in this country, it's quadrupled in the last few decades. And of course, that drives the market and creates a demand for cheap meat at any cost, no matter how it's raised, or cheap poultry. David Chang, the chef, said something very interesting recently about what the financial the collapse of a few years ago might mean to food and menus in the future. He said, we might be forced, as food prices rise, to concentrate on dishes where meat is used more as a flavoring agent, as they do in Asia, and less the main event. Now, that's going to be a tough sell in good times. In hard times, we might end up eating a little better.
Yeah. Anthony Bourdain, the new book is called Medium Raw, A Bloody Valentine to the World of Food and the People Who Cook. I have to say, it's a great read. You're a really good writer, but your screed against the empire of mediocrity, about how mediocrity necessarily becomes the most profitable thing, was both right and very moving to me. So
thank you
for writing it and for being so pissed off all the time.
Thanks for that.
Really nice to meet you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.